Here we are at Chateau Peyrabon, which is just on the outskirts of the Pauillac appellation in the commune of Saint-Sauveur. This property has undergone a substantial renovation. There's been an expansion. The cellar, as we will see shortly, has been completely renovated, and in my opinion, Chateau Peyrabon is a very reliable good value wine from the Haut-Médoc appellation. There are several wines that are produced here. There's Chateau Peyrabon proper, there's a second wine called Chateau Peyrabon, and there's a third wine that's entitled to the Pauillac appellation, Chateau Lafleur Peyrabon, whose parcels begin over in this direction here. The grape variety that is in the majority here is Cabernet Sauvignon, approximately 60%. Then Merlot follows with roughly 30%. And then there's a bit of Cabernet Franc and Petit Verdot that are also grown. The soils that dominate here are gravelly sand or sandy gravel. In some places there's a calcareous clay subsoil.
J'ai pas retrouvé les défauts de l'année dernière où les gens avaient vigné.
We're here in the fermentation cellar where the wines of Chateau Peyrabon, the second wine Chateau Peyrabon, and the other wine that belongs to the property, Lafleur Peyrabon, are all vinified. The practice here is to use both stainless steel and cement vats. The stainless steel vats were installed as part of the renovation of the property in the late 1990s, and it represents, I think, a major step forward for the wines from Chateau Peyrabon. The grapes, of course, are all sorted very carefully before they are then passed into vat, and the fermentations last approximately 20 to 35 days, depending upon the origin of the fruit, the parcels, and also the grape variety. The malolactic, in part, for some wines, takes place here in this cellar. For others, depending upon the wine, the malo can take place in barrel. Here are the cement vats, and these vats in this location of the cellar are the original ones at Chateau Peyrabon. They've been completely redone on the exterior and interior. There's been new epoxy applied to the inside of the vats, new stainless steel doors, and most important, a coil to regulate the temperature, which is absolutely vital for high quality wine. These are the presses, the basket presses they're called, that are utilized exclusively here at Chateau Peyrabon. This is in fact a very ancient technique that goes back to the earliest origins of wine production. Modern producers have returned to this approach because it's been found, it's been proven that the best quality extractions for red wines are obtained in this small format with very gentle pressing. You get all the best of the fruit and none of the elements, the harsh green elements that might exist.
Here in the temperature-controlled aging cellar, some of the wines of the property undergo malolactic fermentation in barrel, thereby enhancing integration of the wood. Chateau Peyrabon, Haut-Médoc, is aged for 14 months in 1/5 new wood. The second wine, Peyrabon, is usually given less new wood. Lafleur Peyrabon, which also spends 14 months in oak, benefits from 50% new barrels each vintage. Thank you for joining me on this tour of Chateau Peyrabon, the source of award-winning Bordeaux wines.